Oh, oh, hi. Oh, I'm Lara, Jenny's cousin. She can't be here today to do one of these, whatever this is. No, because you see, she's actually in hospital. Now, before anybody panics, she is all right. Although a week ago, she had us all worried. Thankfully, she is over the worst, and hopefully in a few days she'll be able to come home and tell you all about it herself. Okay, so it all happened a week ago when I came over to pick her up and we were off to meet Gary, our builder, at the property on Princess Street. Now, I'm sure she's told you all about it. Anyway, as we were wandering round and bouncing ideas off, Jen suddenly complained that she was feeling a bit ill and that she needed to sit down. But before either of us could grab her a chair, she threw up all over the carpet. Before mumbling that she really didn't feel very well and passed out. Now, luckily, Gary is built like a brick shithouse, and he managed to catch her before she face planted the floor. And it was at this point that I realised my poor cousin was seriously ill and I really needed to get her to hospital. So Gary put her in my car and I roared off. Now, apologies to anybody who I might have nearly run over on the way to the hospital, but you see, Jen was so poorly that I didn't have time to observe the highway code. So we arrived at A&E, where I found a nurse who organised things quite quickly, and a team of medics rushed out and they whisked Jen off on a trolley down the corridor, leaving me behind on my own, having a panic attack and feeling completely useless. Eventually, somebody told me that I should take a seat, as it could be a long wait, which I did. And then a very small, very business-like nurse made an appearance with a clipboard and fired a load of questions at me. Who was I? Who was Jen? How were we connected? Could I tell her about her symptoms? Well, I said, she'd complained about not feeling very well. She had a headache, stiff neck. Oh, and she felt a bit hot. Oh, and I thought it was quite odd because she was wearing sunglasses and, well, it wasn't a particularly sunny day. And then the nurse decided to ask, did I know if Jen had taken anything? Well, just a couple of paracetamol as far as I knew. Are you sure she didn't take anything else? The penny dropped. Now, I know my cousin loves vodka and tequila, but she isn't stupid. I asked if there was an update on my cousin's condition, to which she replied with that they were taking her to ICU just as a precaution. Why is it that medical people always talk in riddles? Why can't they just tell you? What is ICU? The intensive care unit. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? And also, what? Now, she assured me it was just a precaution, just to calm me down, and finally showed a bit more of a human side to her. So that's when I decided to ring Jen's mum and dad, my Uncle Roy and Auntie Barbara, who arrived just as the doctor came out to tell us that Jen, God bless her, had contracted meningitis. And although it was serious, thankfully it wasn't critical, but they were going to have to keep her in ICU for a few days just as a precaution. Poor Auntie Barbara was in pieces. But the very good news is that after a few days, Jen began to improve, so much so that she was moved to a relatively normal ward. but she continues to make a very good recovery. So here I am, just popped round to water the plants and fetch her some clothes. Although I'm also making a rota for the rest of the family so they don't all descend on her at the same time because, well, trust me, none of us want that. Although Tiffany could not wait to tell me that she probably couldn't attend because she would be too busy running the country. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, I know. She is my cousin and I love her, but she really thinks she's going to be the next Margaret Thatcher. Could be interesting. Anyway, how does Jen sign off on these things? Bye, I suppose. So, bye. Nice to meet you.